All right. Thank you and welcome. Welcome to Freedom Mastery, our weekly call here. We talk about mastering freedom. So for everyone, it might look a little different. What I usually just ask myself each day is, what does freedom mean to me today? Every day we have priorities, we have actions that we take here on Facebook, if we're working on Facebook, in our homes, for our relationships, in our homes for our kids, schedule or whatever it is we do in our day. We're all on a journey, and there's always something coming next, and there's always something going on right now, and there's usually something we're still dealing with from yesterday. It's so easy to bring yesterday into today and just keep kind of carrying the loads, and they kind of pile up on our shoulders. And a lot of times what I find when I'm struggling in my health, in my wealth, in my love life, anywhere really, that there are things that I have found to serve me that can help in my situation, whatever it is, when I'm looking for more freedom, right? In my wellness, in my health, even in my bank account, like my deposits. I'm telling you, all these things have contributed to every area of my life. So I want to share these with you. We know that there are prescriptions, right? We know that there are supplements and herbs. There's all kinds of things that we can use for our bodies, for medicine, to be a medicinal, to help us, to make us stronger. And that's usually when I look at my relationships, is when I realize that my friendships and what people give me in my life, whether it's a book or a meditation, that is, I find where I find so much peace in that. And I have found so much peace. I used to be on Facebook, but I didn't message people. I used to be on Facebook and I would just post, and it was all business, and or it was all my kids. It was all about me. We go through different seasons of life, right? When we have babies, when we have weddings, or whatever it is, we're going to share that, whatever's closest to our heart, right? So what Melody and Robert and my mentors have inspired me to do is actually create relationships on Facebook, in Messenger. We don't create relationships by posting. We don't create relationships by making our fan page. I always recommend everybody to have a fan page. There's no reason not to have a free business fan page. Well, we call them inspirational fan pages on Facebook, because they're free, and it's your platform to be able to do whatever you want in the future, or even today. So today we're going to talk about some medicinal values in our relationships, how we can promote wellness in others, how we can promote wellness in our own self, in our own lives. And we know that all spiritual beliefs, even those that don't agree on certain religions or certain, things as far as doctrine goes, they all believe that love, that forgiveness, that gratitude are all health promoting agents. They all believe that that these things help our life in a big way, and in a bigger way than what we can see. So I really like to think of that. Melody also inspires in me to study things and people that I'm inspired by, that I appreciate. Maybe it's different speakers. Oprah was one person I remember for maybe it was 6 months. I watched her Sunday. I listened to her Sunday podcast every single Sunday. I just really wanted to know what she was all about. I wanted to know her story. I wanted to know how she spoke and told stories. So I listened to her podcast every time I could. And it helped me a lot get to know her. Like, I feel like I know Oprah. I feel like I know where she comes from. I feel like when I see her on a show now, like I kind of know her now. I haven't chatted with her in Messenger yet or anything like that. But okay, today we're going to talk about health promoting relationships and how we can do that through our relationships. So number one, we're going to focus on being a muscle relaxer and a body relaxer for people. Like, we can do that, and we can also do it for ourselves is the key too. Connection and acceptance. So when we think of ourselves, we want to connect with our source, whatever that is for you, whether it's God or angels or Jesus himself. For some people, it's their children. For a new mom, it's her baby probably. They're like source for each other, feeding off each other in a good way, right? But you want to connect with your source and your power that feeds you in a good way, that doesn't suck or drain you of energy. You really want to, that's the only way we're going to find relaxation, not only in our muscles, I said muscles, right? Like a body relaxant, but in our minds and hearts too. We can find that peace and that rest, that relaxation there too, by connecting with our source. And then also acceptance. Acceptance is really big when it comes to relaxing and connecting with people. Accepting ourselves is the first important thing that we must do. Melody, thankfully, she accepted me before I even accepted myself. I love her so much. She is really a great friend to have and to connect with on Facebook. If anybody live here or watching the replay has not already connected with her and sent her a message to say hi, I highly recommend to do that, because if you are here, she is also your mentor as well. She is just magical. Like, I call her my angel, Facebook angel. Anyway, and so what can we do to be a muscle relaxer for other people, right? Okay, so what I say in my mind, and I don't know if you've ever heard of Abraham Hicks, but Robert has mentioned her a couple of times. So I've looked her up, and every now and then her audios pop up on my YouTube. And one of the ones I heard her say recently about relationships is that we've got to say in our mind, I need nothing from you. I need not one thing from you to be happy and satisfied. Nothing at all I need from you. And be in that frame of mind when you're connecting with people. It's really powerful, because there's always something there a lot of times that we do expect from people, even if it's just we expect to be accepted or to be heard, right? Like, I do the same thing. Also, another thing we can do is share a meditation, share a link, just an audio. I share them in Facebook Messenger every single morning. That's one of my to-do action steps that I do every single day. I'm on Facebook, is I share these links to the God Memorandum, to the 6-phase meditation. And then there's a couple more resources in the morning ritual. And if you go into files, you can find all the morning rituals. Any links in there, we're free to share those with people. And I have found that people respond to those and say, wow, that's nice. I like that. This helped me today. And then I know I can like put that check in my box in my mind. Okay, I helped add value to this person's life today. And our definition of meditations and prayer is all different. So I don't always expect that someone's going to understand what I do, what I'm sharing with them. I don't always expect that they're going to know what it is and they're going to click on it and take a look. When I share a gift or a meditation or something, I'm expecting they don't know what it is, and they don't probably want to click on it because it's a link. So what I do is I edify that, and I say, this helped me. It served my life, or it served my heart space. I tell them what I got from whatever I'm sharing with them, whether it's a PDF or a book, whatever it is. When I share it, I let them know, I edify it. I found great value here. And they are more acceptable to open it and to be open to looking at whatever it is you're sharing with them, more relaxed, right? More receiving, in that receiving mode. Okay, number 2 is be a breathing aid. We could even say a decongestant, right? We know people struggle with things called asthma, and I have some kind of a thing going on, I feel like, in my sinuses. We can have these things going on in our physical body. I do believe that people can be an influencer, whether people begin to feel better quickly or don't feel better quickly, right? If you're exposed to a lot of negativity, if you're exposing yourself to a lot of drama and crazy lifestyle, and just, I don't know, for everyone it could be different, but it's difficult to breathe in those situations. In our homes even, even in our homes, it's difficult, if we don't keep a schedule, kind of like, or a routine for what we do, whether it's cleaning, whatever you're responsible for in your home. We don't all do the same things. Like, my husband does a lot of the cooking, we share a lot of the cleaning, we like to hire people to do the cleaning. Physically, it's difficult for us physically to do some things. So breathe easy, make make your environment able to help you breathe easy. Because if you're breathing easy, other people are going to also be breathing easy around us. There's no doubt about it that our energy reflects on other people and helps them or doesn't. And I think that one of the great things here that I like to share with people on breathing and breathing easy is the meditations as well. However, it's really interesting. I'll let you a little in on my personal story. When I started meditating, I didn't even know I was meditating. That's not what I called it. I was instructed to begin breathing and to begin breathing into my abdomen, deep into my abdomen, and to get a full breath where my stomach actually like pokes out, right? So not chest breath. Chest breathing, when we're breathing into our chest, a lot of the time, it's a good indicator in our bodies that we're stressed or that we're beginning to be stressed. And again, this is not stuff I know. I'm not a doctor or anything, but what I do is I like reading articles and I like reading studies from like clinical psychologists and people that are studying the science behind this stuff. And that's where I feel so confident sharing this, because I've read and I've seen the testimonies and I've seen the stories. I've heard them. Melody and Robert are a huge testimony of obviously the law of attraction and just we are what we bring about, and that we can also help others do that and help them breathe easy as well. So it's inevitable that we'll overflow on others, that whatever we hold in our heart space and our energy is what's going to come out with our friends and in our connecting on Facebook even in Messenger, even though we might not see someone. If you record an audio, like a lot of times I'll just record an audio. And even then, like we can feel it. Like you can almost tell right away how someone feels. I can tell if they're like standing up or sitting down even. A lot of times when I hear that message, or if they're laying down especially, it's amazing what your voice can reflect and share with people. So I always recommend to use a voice message when you are sharing with people, when you feel good, when you're at your best. In the mornings is when I'm at my best. That's when I commit to Facebook. That's when I commit to my daily actions that Melody has given me for my business, because I know I'm in a better frame of mind. I know that I'm in a right frame of mind and I don't have all this stuff from the entire day, maybe, kind of on my mind. So I use mornings. I really do love to use mornings. So number 3 is be a pain reliever. This is probably the most basic one, but be a pain reliever. And the way we can do that the easiest is simply by listening to people. And again, first we're going to apply these to ourselves. Are we listening to ourselves? Are we listening to our bodies? For women especially, I don't know about you, Crystal, but for me, during that time, kind of that week of the month where my hormones go through all this crazy stuff, I like to relax. I like to chill out and rest and have some tea and just give love to myself. I think we're supposed to be doing that. I do believe that that's part of relieving our pain. Being there for ourselves is listening and being in tune to our bodies during different times, and understanding that men might not quite understand it all as well, right? So I want to read you something. This clinical psychologist, Frederick Luskin, says that what he was examining was the healing power and the benefits of forgiveness. Specifically, and people who have the capacity to have peace with their past, he says, in learning to forgive, they heal their bodies and their minds. There's people, he has studies of people that have literally released diagnosis like mental issues and things like that. So the power of simply forgiving and loving and being a good human is something that we can rest easy in. We can breathe easy in. So number 4 is give people euphoria. Give yourself euphoria first, right? So what is euphoria? Anti-anxiety, right, is another word for euphoria. A better mood, elevate. What can I do to elevate their mood? Again, we're going to do this for ourselves first. What can we do to elevate our mood? What can we do to prevent anxiety in our life? For me, it's drama, staying away from drama, staying away from negativity, politics, anything people are debating is like, I don't really need to be there debating. So what can we do to help others with this? What can we do to give euphoria? Well, what I like to do is I share affirmations. The affirmations document that Melody shared with me is in files, and you can get that and download it. Also, what I like to do is visualize my perfect day. And Melody invites us to do this for 30 days in a row. It could be very powerful if you're really consistent with this. Oh, Dad's got the list on top of the drink fridge. Sorry, just a minute. On top of the drink fridge, I think, in that stack. So do a perfect day. And the way Melody inspires to do this is you basically find a downtime in your day, either in the morning or after, maybe after lunch. I like to do it right after lunch. I let my food settle. I sit quietly and just breathe. I close my eyes. At night's a good time as well. And you visualize your perfect day. And you just ask yourself, what is my perfect day? What is a perfect day to me? And you visualize those things and you bring them into your mindset and also into your body. Here's where it really gets powerful, till you feel the emotions. That's what Melody and Robert really inspiring us to do. And that doesn't always happen the first time. As a matter of fact, it didn't happen for me the first time that I sat to do my perfect day. It was difficult to write my perfect day. So you never know how it's going to be for you, but be open to learning and doing something new, because after you visualize it, then you're going to write it. And you're going to write it. And the first time I wrote it was maybe like a little paragraph. Now when I write my perfect days, I could fill up a whole paper and keep going sometimes. My imagination has grown, and that's beautiful. And the most beautiful thing is it's nothing that everybody else can't do as well, because sitting and just visualizing your perfect day, as everybody can do that. Everybody can do this. Elevate your mood. So another way I elevate my mood, and this is not one of the numbers, but I use CBD. We all know that there are plant products and there are, supplements available, but what I really like to share is how I use it, how I started and how I use it now. So I started when I was still using pharmaceuticals. I started plant-based therapies when I was still stressed out and anxious, and I was not able to sit and do a perfect day whatsoever. So there was a transition where I used both at the same time. And then I found I wasn't becoming as stressed all the time, and I wasn't freaking out as much. And I was like, I don't need my Xanax today, or whatever I had for the day. Maybe it was a muscle relaxer. I don't need that today. I feel fabulous. I feel relaxed already. Like, I don't need this. That's kind of how I quit pharma. I just gradually didn't need it anymore. And that's what I inspire in anyone asking you. If anyone is here, our team I know listens to these. When people ask specific questions, how do I use this every day? How do I use this to help my specific issue? I recommend they read the directions on the bottle. And then I say, I personally use it with every meal. Every meal. I eat 3 to 4 times a day. And every time I eat, I use my CBD, because I've just read that it kind of can digest easier maybe when it's with other foods. I don't know. It helps me remember it as well and be consistent each day. We know plant-based supplements are like anything else. We've got to keep consistently committed to them for them to really work. And then we have to look at the other areas. Jenna's Wagle is big on saying that you can't just take CBD and expect it to be a miracle. Like, you have to look at other things in your life. So that's why I'm here sharing this. So number 5 is be a creative aid. Be creative, be a creative aid. You think of people get prescriptions for this. Like, realize, so my biggest thing here is to realize that we are connected to the greatest power that ever existed, the power of God himself. If you call it God, if you call it the universe, source, creator, and we could say creator. The Science of Getting Rich explains that there is a power within us. And, labels, I really prefer to not use labels, because people have connections with labels, God, even the word God, some people could be like, I don't believe in God. You just never know how someone's going to react to, what y'all might be talking about. I'm always open to whatever people are sharing with me. What's your perspective on it? I'll ask people, how do you feel? What do you see in this? So another thing here in being creative is allow unscheduled plans. Allow your day to have a time that that is not scheduled, that you can have freedom in maybe somebody calling you and saying, hey, do you want to go here? You want to do this? You know, you get invited even on Facebook, popping into Facebook sometimes, maybe unscheduled, to see who's online. You know, maybe somebody needs help. Maybe somebody just messaged you. Like every now and then we get those, you know, intuition, we can call it intuition, that guidance to do something. And I like that in my schedule, I leave gaps in my schedule for that on purpose, to be able to just pick up something that feels good in that moment, that's not scheduled. So I always recommend when you do create your schedule to leave some gaps for that perfection to happen. Right? I do believe that our perfect day happens for us, that we don't actually make it happen. It happens for us. So number 6 is the last one. Be an anti-inflammatory. Oh gosh, this just made me laugh when I was writing. Be an anti-inflammatory. Even maybe combat nausea for some people that might get nauseous sometimes. Like, and here's what we're going to do. This is so simple. And this is how we're going to help people be less inflamed. We're going to believe in them. We're going to simply believe in them, and we're going to expect the best of them. I know you're doing your best. We're going to tell them verbally, I know you're doing your best. I see you out there sharing your voice, sharing your light. Whatever it is you see in them, there is truly something to be seen in the heart of every human being. I believe that if we looked close enough and allowed our own heart space to open up enough. Like that's the thing too, is just removing things in our life that might hold us back from really accepting people as they are. We can accept people when they're like us. That's easy to do, right? Melody recommends us to connect with people that we're like, right? So that we feel comfortable talking. Crystal, I feel like I know you so well. Like literally being connected to people that we're similar to is good for us. That's a fact, and we know that. We know we need that. Human connection is absolutely a basic. There's 6 basic human needs, and connection is absolutely one of them. But expecting everyone to be the same is not realistic. So being able to accept people as they are is very valuable. I do believe that it helps people be less inflamed. I believe it helps people relax when they know you accept them and they know you're not going to judge them and that you're not there to like sell them something or ask them to do something. Nothing like that. So what else can we do? And that's it. So that was it. That's it. I like to keep these short and inspirational. You know, the last story I want to end with is I was inspired. I've been reading the Bible more. I love the stories and the analogies and the way that the way they explain things. It's just so out of this world, literally out of this world. But when Paul was talking about how he learned the secret of happiness, and he truly learned how to be happy in any circumstance, and that truly nothing in our life must change at any given moment for us to really be happy in our circumstances, even though it might seem amiss or seem off or seem not the divine. Be open to accepting that randomness, circumstances in our life that are not planned, that come in, that surprise us. Expect good surprises, right? Tomorrow's Valentine's Day, so happy Valentine's Day. I hope that we can show up here and just help our friends to have a more well life, a well-balanced being in who they are. So thank you, Crystal, for being here live too. And everybody that comes and watches replay, thank you. Please reach out to me. Please send me a message on Facebook. Let me know when you're on Facebook, and let me know if you need any guidance. If you're looking for anything specific that day, I usually show up in the mornings, and yeah, I'll be here. Crystal, feel free to unmute yourself and ask anything you like, or if you want to chat about anything, I'm here. Or if you have a busy day and you're ready to go, we can end it and be done. But I'm just happy to see you, and I wanted to let you know. Thank you.
You're awesome. Well, she can't hear me, but she said to unmute myself. I unmuted it, but I don't think she
can hear you. I can hear you now.
Hear me?
Yeah.
How cool. Thank you, Rita. I really appreciate you.
You're very welcome. You are beautiful. You are so beautiful.
So are you.
Yeah. Thank you.
And
Thank you.
I tried to go into that daily choice stuff, but I'm already in there
Okay.
from when I ordered before, so it
Yeah.
didn't go into it. So I don't know.
Do you need help with that? I can help you with that if you want to.
Maybe
Or
later.
do you know
not right.
how? Do you know how to log in already?
I've done it before. I'm sure I could figure it out.
Perfect. Yeah. So hempworks.com or mydailychoice.com. And the first thing we like to do is ask you to look at your websites, look at your web links, what's available for your website. And that's what I use to share. And it's just so easy because then as I connect in Messenger and in Facebook, people plug into my website. Without me asking them. I no longer ask people to buy stuff from me. Like I used to be that kind of marketer, and Melody has really helped me. Yeah, Melody has helped us set this up to where we don't have to do that. It's just the perfect blend of helping people and serving people, but also making the most of our time, making the most of your time, because our time is valuable. And the truth is we could be doing anything. We could be at a job, we could be doing anything with our time. And the beauty of this is that I can spend 2 hours on Facebook, 2 hours. And then I get off and I go do my kids stuff with my kids and I do my house stuff. And while I'm doing all of my things, my life, while I'm living my life, orders are coming in or people are pre-enrolling. Or people are sending emails or messages in Messenger saying, hey, what's this about? I just saw you post this. Like, what are you doing now? What's going on? How are you making money? Because I put it out there. I have my website on my Facebook. I post the links, not crazy much. I like to share inspiration primary, and that's what Melody really inspires in us, is to really that our work is to inspire. That our work is to just be grateful, and that our work is to just share light and believe. But to also now, like before, I didn't believe I could make money. Like I didn't believe this would work to actually create income. Now that I see that side of it, I'm committed to sharing with you the action steps I'm taking to actually get paid. Because we all have bills, and at the end of the day, I can't call my electric company and say, I love you, please keep my lights on, I love you so much. They don't care. Right? So there's responsibilities we have as adults, and as leaders, and this is where I really had to pray. I prayed about this, and Melody helped me to find my values. I truly, at the age, you can have some minutes. I truly, my son. Yeah, okay. Oh, my son's gonna come tell us something.
Lily keeps hitting my backpack and my tummy.
Lily is hitting your backpack and your tummy.
Okay.
Did you ask her why? Why are you doing that?
But she said because.
Oh my gosh.
Because she told me that I'm poopy stupid.
What? Well, can you give me like this many minutes, few minutes, and then I'll come and help you if you need help. Okay. They really help inspire in me that I really have to do nothing else for income. Like I had a portrait studio. You've probably seen my portrait posts and stuff that I post on my photography page sometimes. My studio is, I have had it closed for years. I've not done it because I have had major operations and I've not been able to I can't even pick up a camera. Most people don't even know that. I don't even focus on it anymore because it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter.
It took 3 years to be okay with having brain damage. I mean, I was really depressed.
So it's a journey. It's a journey. And every day, that's where, I just realized too, I have a mentor in my church as well. And she was praying with me recently. And I realized that healing is not instant. It's not about the body. That healing is about our journey and about our mindset even, and where we put our, energy. That's healing. And for you even, where you focus forward and where you're at in this moment.
Mama.
That's all it's about. And it's easy. You want this?
Yeah.
Yeah. It's easy if we can keep it simple, to be consistent with things and to be able to actually sit for a period of time. Like when I started all this, I could not listen to that. I did not listen to that any meditations for any period of time. It was a couple minutes and that was it. Something would pull me out and I'd be like, oh, I got to do this. Oh, I got to do that. Emergencies. now what I do is I just schedule my time in the morning. I have it, if I have it like a backup alarm, just in case I don't wake up. I usually wake up about 5:30, 5:45 every single morning. My body just wakes up and says, get up. And, but it didn't used to do that. Did not used to do that. I struggled. I never was, my whole entire life, I said, I'm not a morning person. I was always crabby and angry in the morning. My husband would like bring me my coffee and go away. I wasn't happy to be around in the morning at all. And it was because I wasn't feeding my heart. I wasn't feeding myself, my emotions, I was feeding my body, right? And I was feeding my eyeballs. Like I'd watch TV or go do stuff, but it wasn't intentional. So now what I do is in the morning, I make sure I have that time to go at my own pace. I don't have to worry about being interrupted or the kids coming in. Nobody's awake yet. And, you know, everyone has their own time of day that works for them. For some people, it's after work. I have people that work like all day long day jobs, and all they do on Facebook is evenings and weekends. And they're building their plan B, their backup plan. These people are working hard. There are people that are in their 60s still doing contract, you know, like labor, working hard. And we have to do that. My dad is still working, actively working. And we have to do what we need to do until we can do what we really want to do and what we deserve to be able to do. And, you know, life comes at us and throws us things and thrown me things. But I believe it's all divine. I do. I believe it's divine and that you and I are here for a reason.
Mama, can you give me a bread?
Oh my goodness. So I'm going to go ahead and end the call for tonight. We're going to get some final snacking done for the night. Oh, my sweet boo-boo. This is Miss Crystal. You see Miss Crystal?
Hi, Miss Crystal.
We love you so much.
Like Miss Chris.
Like Miss Chris?
It sounds like a crystal.
A crystal, like a pretty crystal. Yes, she is. Children are so inspiring. Oh my goodness. Okay, I'm out. I love you so much. And I will see you tomorrow again. And I'll see you next Thursday again. If you want to log back in, I'll see you guys here at 8 o'clock.
Okay.
Bye. Bye-bye.
Bye.